Okay, so 75% of you guys watch my videos on a TV or a computer. So here, I'm going to film this one this way for you guys, okay? You've been liking this prelude? Check this out. I'm liking it. Woo! So if you guys ever saw my car before, this right here, hadn't been lined up for like the last 8 years or so, since we painted it the last time. So while I was in here doing all this rust stuff, I wanted to fix the taillight gaps, so I got that taken care of. Figured before I popped the taillight off, I'd show you what I was working with. Now we're ready to seam seal everything. This corner and this gap are the biggest fights. And this is a little bit bigger than what I wanted or intended, but for everything that I've been through, I'm gonna live with that. Looks good to me. So now I'm ready to clean all this stuff out. I know Roger's been watching these, so I know he feels my pain. Let me run down on some banter and stuff for you guys. So we split all this stuff open, and the problem that you run into with all of this stuff, let's get the pointer. You guys like the pointer? Where's my pointer? Gonna lose it? Oh, missing pointer. Oh, there it is. Ah, now we're equipped, fellers. Okay, where were we? So inside these seams, if the seam sealer gets broken, the water will run back in behind the seam, and you can probably see in here, oh, not with the light on, but you can actually just see through these gaps once you clean the seam sealer out. So if the seam sealer gets broken and moisture gets in there, it always rusts in between this pinch right here. And in order for me to guarantee that this isn't going to rot out anymore, I needed to get this opened up enough to get in there and clean both sides of that seam and clean out here and then treat all that rust, seal it up, repaint it, do all that kind of stuff. So I've had some problems lately trying to get material to stay where I want the material to stay and also protect it after you weld it. So I did something different on this one just to kind of test it, being it's on my own car. And I've actually been pretty happy with the results so far. So I take all the scale out of it. This was all rusty in the corner to begin with, really bad. The brown you see isn't rust, that's just from the welder, the gas of the welder. But anyway, you clean all the scale out of it, and then you can shoot this duplicolor rust converter material. It's got acid in it, and it comes in an aerosol can. And I've been using that stuff for years. It works really good for flash rust on sheet metal, and then it leaves like a primer coating after it converts it. But you have to really make sure that you get all of the scale out of it. And when I'm talking about the scale, I mean, my dad used to come out here when I thought I was done, and he would pull his microscope out and look at it with the microscope and then scrape it with a pick under the microscope. It's got to be done the right way. Otherwise, all of this stuff is pointless. And it's real hard and frustrating not to let go of it, because like up in here, I popped this seam apart right here to open this up, and under the seam on the back side of the top, so this one right here, we were looking at it from underneath, it was corroded underneath and along the back side of it. So you got to get all the way down in between these little pinches right here and get every little speck of scale out of there. Otherwise, when you put stuff on top of it, it's just not going to do its job, and then it's just going to rot out again. And that's in fact what happened over here when the people who had it before me, probably the collision center, fixed this window back here. They didn't get it all taken care of, and it looked good on the outside, but it had corrosion and moisture in between the sandwich, and then it started its way out, and then I got to deal with the aftermath of it. So trying to avoid all of that with all of this stuff. So I opened the seams up, and I had this like pulled all the way out and open so that you could get to in there and get to the bottom of it. And I actually opened the wheel well here. I found some factory stuff that, you know, back when they were making these things, like the right hand wasn't talking to the left hand as far as the engineers and the programmers are concerned. So let me explain. So this stuff's all stamped by a computer, and the tooling is all done on, you know, on CAD programming and that kind of a thing. But back in here in this wheel well, let's see if I can get pointed at it. back up in here where this seam is right here, you can see that this seam sealer is there, and it's here. But if you follow this seam down where the inner wheelhouse, I guess this is the outer wheelhouse is what it's called for the wheel well, the outer wheelhouse, you follow this across and you find this seam where it meets the quarter panel, and from right here where the bumper line is down to the bottom, the factory had not sealed that with seam sealer for whatever reason. I don't know if they thought that the bumper would block it or what, but I had corrosion really bad up in that corner. And then because of the angle of this, so it angles down, it ran down this seam and then started to rust out this panel right here. And then it pulled up in the corner, which is this corner over here, on the other side of it, and then it puddles in this little low spot right here. Well, I talked about how right hand wasn't talking to the left hand. Well, when you look at these panels, let's see if I can show you. You look at these panels, you got these troughs right here, these little indents. Okay, those little indents are designed for a reason. We've been doing those in automotive for a long time in manufacturing. Because if you come to the outside of the vehicle and you follow that low point down, look, it's right here into this seam too. The reason that is because these are supposed to be moisture drains from the factory. A lot of muscle cars and a lot of manufacturers, especially when people work on them, they don't know that or they forget about it, and they seal up the entire lower part of the pinch seam. When you seal these up, it blocks the moisture. Whatever moisture may get in here, it blocks it from being able to have a spot to get out. Because if you look, this seam is the natural low spot, and that's where all the water wants to go to. So when the engineer created the stamping for this and the tooling, they accounted for the moisture in the low spot. But then when the programmer programmed the robot to seam seal everything, he didn't skip the low spot here or the low spot here. And so they were in fact sealed plumb full on both sides. And that's exactly where the water pooled up and where I started to have rust issues. So I got it all cleaned, I got it all treated. Then I went back through and re-spot welded everything back together and beat on the metal because, you know, we made hamburger out of the whole thing. But it's in really good shape still. I took my time to try to make sure that I minimalized the damage, because you can really, this stuff can get out of control really quick. And I know you guys watch the process on a lot of the customer rigs, and I had made a comment the other day. It's ironic that we play this story for the customers over and over again, and I say that I feel their pain, but now I literally am in the same boat dealing with their pain. So now that we're all done with that junk, we can get in here and I'm gonna clean this all up, and then we'll get in here and treat this before we seal it, so that way the bare metal, it's already got that duplicolor coating on it, so it's protected. If water hit it, it wouldn't really mess it up, but it's not very thick of a coating. So I want to put another coating on this to make sure that the metal is nice and sealed up. Then we'll put seam sealer on it, and then we'll coat it again, more than likely, so that way it's double protected and all these seams are taken care of. And then I'm going to go up a little higher on some of this stuff than what the factory did, just to try to seal up some of the moisture a little bit better, seal the bottoms of some of this stuff, and just get it kind of cleaned up and sealed a little bit better. The ultimate goal is to keep the water out of it, obviously, so I can put my interior back together. But I want to sound deaden the wheel wells and sound deaden that little thin piece of sheet metal back there, and see if I can get this car to quiet down a little bit, because it's pretty loud when you drive it in comparison to some of the newer vehicles that we're kind of used to driving. So and then I can put the stereo back in it, because I got a nice stereo to put in here. So then I can get the bumper put back on. I pulled off the little bumper hanger bracket, so I'm going to clean that up, and then the rear cross member is down here. We'll clean that up, probably put a coating on it before we put the bumper back on, and that'll be good to go. My last concern is, as I talked about before, that there's underneath this seal back in this window, there is a hole back there where I can get my pick in it, and I don't know if it's just because of the roll or if there's a rust hole underneath there or what, but I don't want to take this window out this round until I get ready to do the paint job, so that we can paint down in the window channels and then put the glass back in and seal it to new paint and new surfaces. So I'm avoiding taking the window out for now. Hopefully that takes care of all the water, and hopefully when I fix these drains the way the drains are supposed to be fixed, even if it does get a little bit of water in there, it'll just run down and drain out, and run down and drain out. So there's a Prelude. I'm happy with how the taillights came out and how all this stuff came out, and so we're just going to get everything treated and seam sealed, and then hopefully tomorrow we can put this thing back together. I appreciate you guys all watching. I know there's a bunch of excitement out there about the rally stuff we've been posting. Make sure you check out Winter Tour 26 with Icon Road Rally. We're going to go on an adventure, boys. I'm not taking this car. I'm going to take a different car. But I told you last year we were going to do some new things, and so let's do new things, guys. Come on out. Talk to you soon. Appreciate you. Much love, y'all. Y'all take care.